Guys, this is crazy. ADA is actually about to be used by about 50 banks, according to Cardano. Thank you for watching this video. Crypto Geek is back to you guys with another exciting video, and today we have some big news coming from ADA Cardano. A lot of big news and probably a big spike up in price. Before I start, I thank you again for watching this video. If you've not watched my videos before, please click subscribe and click that like button on this video. It really helps me out, helps grow this YouTube channel, and keeps the crypto community connected. With that said, I'm not giving you any financial or legal advice. You always have to do your own research. The prices today are actually quite good. We're looking at a relatively stable market. Right now, ADA is sitting at about $1.4042, and XRP is sitting at approximately 67 cents, and Bitcoin at about 34,500. So let's take a look at some major news articles that have come out. One of them as recent as today, actually, this was 9 hours ago, and it's talking about there's been increased institutional investors. In fact, as recent as only a couple of weeks ago, according to this article that came out today, Cardano's had a spending of $10 million, even though there was a decline interest in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Cardano itself had an increase in the amount invested into it. This is from outside investors. This is not people that have sold their Bitcoin and Ethereum and reinvested that money into Cardano. This is people coming out from outside of crypto and going in and buying ADA. In fact, just based on people selling Bitcoin and Ethereum, there was $110 million just transferred in a matter of a week. And a matter of 1 week transferred between Bitcoin and Ethereum over to Cardano. That's actually insane, $110 million, which is, if that's Bitcoin, and then 12 million from Ethereum transferred over to ADA Cardano, which is, it's crazy when you think of those numbers. The other thing I wanted to bring up to you, so Cardano is looking at they just recently released their 5-year strategy, and this was released about 14 hours ago, of how they were going to move forward in the coming months. And they think, and the Cardano Foundation has revealed that by 2022, this is just like about less than a year from now, that they're targeting 50 banks being brought on to Cardano and ADA and using the system for smart contracts, which is insane. And this brings me to a possible partnership, and I brought this up, and I have tried connecting the founders of both Cardano, Charles, and XRP, to try and see if they can connect. And maybe they're already connecting with each other, without making it very public. But really, they're targeting right now. You're seeing ADA begin to target banks as well, which is a huge new level. Remember, when you have retail investors, that's one level, and there's a bit of a cap on retail investors. When you start to make your cap really the sky, you have to get into institutional investors, and it's very clear that ADA and Cardano are targeting those institutional investors, and they're targeting them quite well. And they're targeting more specifically the biggest institutional investors, which are banks. And to really look at 50 banks by 2022, you're looking at significant gains in price for ADA, and it's going to make $2 and $2.50 and $5 even a very, very low margin for ADA, and you're looking at really big numbers. And when people brought up, XRP reaching 10 to 35,000, everyone went crazy, and they made those numbers seem unreachable. But reality says that when you have institutional investors, and particularly when you have banks that move a huge amount of capital on daily basis, those numbers become realities. You can look at the amount of money that's being moved between banks and the interaction that they have and the friction they have between cash. You can see where this can really come in to save millions and billions of dollars for banks. So big props to ADA, and they're doing things that I didn't expect would be done this quick in the game. Yeah, having said, they don't have yet full capacity for smart contracts. There's been recent testing, but we don't have full capacity. And what's furthermore there to prove that ADA is really right now being taken in and adapted by a lot of big institutions. You're looking at recently a news article that was just released yesterday that a congressman has invested in Cardano, and more specifically, a congressman from Alabama. I'm just going to close this out of here. From Alabama, that just recently, Congressman Barry Moore just invested into, declared that he invested into Dogecoin, probably using that just invested into that because they're hoping for short-term gain, Ethereum and Cardano. And right now, it's crazy to say this, but it is a reality that really Ethereum and Cardano, in terms of the way that people are looking at them, are at the same level, but people see that Cardano has a million times more potential than Ethereum. When you look at, for example, I'll give you a small example. When you have a player that just joined a major team, a professional team, and he's 18 years old, and he's scoring the same amount as a person that is at their peak of their career, you're going to invest into the person that's new because you know that they've not even reached the tip of the iceberg in terms of their potential. And right now, Cardano and ADA particularly is having huge potential. And he's purchased ADA at 3 different time intervals. He's purchased it at May 10th, which we're looking at, and 11th, which we're looking at, and 13th, which were all-time highs for ADA and Cardano, which is beautiful because it tells you that they're looking at those all-time highs as being starting points for the level that the price of ADA can reach. So if they bought ADA and Cardano, if the senator or congressman, Barry, bought Cardano at $2.50 or $2, whatever level it was exactly at that level, but it was within that range, then obviously his expectations is that it'll reach much beyond that. And we're looking at folds over the price. Remember, right now, Cardano, again, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, doesn't have full smart contract capacity. And you're looking at these crazy numbers of $2 and $2.50 and already over 10 folds within the last little while. And this is without full capacity. Essentially, it's in its very end trial phases. But imagine once it gets launched and those smart contracts kick in. You had countries adapting Cardano, again, while it's still in its initial stages and not completely even launched when you say, talk about smart contracts, and it's being adapted across countries. This tells you about how big of a potential it has over the next couple of weeks and months once those smart contracts kick in. I was reading a lot of reports that we're looking at about a month to 2 months until full smart capacity kicks in. When Cardano decides to announce it, and when Charles decides to announce it, is a bit of a different story. But guys, Cardano is really one of the top ones in the next couple of months, and you're looking really at significant growth. And I would not be shocked, just because if you look at the way XRP and ADA have been reacting, and the way that the founders of both these cryptocurrencies have spoke, both of them are very open to discussions. They're really trying to build as big of a base among other cryptocurrencies as they could. So I would not be shocked if over the next couple of weeks you hear a bit of discussions between both of them, between the founders of ADA and Cardano and XRP, and which would be really a huge blow to the banking industry, which is much needed at this time, and really is going to bring both of these cryptocurrencies to the forefront of cryptocurrencies as a whole. And really, this is one, Bitcoin and Ethereum begin to fall, and you start to see the rise of these second and third generation cryptocurrencies. But I think really at the next, the coming era is ADA XRP era, and you're going to see Bitcoin and Ethereum begin to lose their dominance. And I've said this over the last, over and over again. And when I say, Ethereum and Bitcoin losing its dominance, it does not mean that they lose their market capital. But what it means is that the market capital of crypto as a whole expands to a level where even with the growth of Bitcoin and Ethereum, their growth is going to be slower than the next generation cryptocurrencies, particularly ADA and XRP. Their growth is going to be much faster, which is going to lead to them overtaking those first generation cryptocurrencies. So guys, huge props to everybody that's holding ADA. You're going to make some real money. And same goes for XRP, because I think we're going to see a partnership show up in the very soon. I think that'll happen after the settlement that happens or the resolution between Ripple and the SEC. But once we have that, really, you're going to see the crypto world change and shift, and you're really going to see a lot of you that are holding ADA very tightly and holding XRP really become the leaders of the generations to come. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please click that like button. Please click that like button. It really helps me out, guys. Help me out. And click subscribe if you're not a subscriber for more content. Make sure your notifications are on. If you want to be a super supporter, please share this video on your Twitter. Crypto Geek News is my Twitter, and I'll keep you posted with the latest news the moment I hear it. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the very next one. Peace.